Well, good afternoon, more TPC. Been a little while, but there you go. Life gets in the way, doesn't it? All part and parcel, I guess. So, got a few bits to share with you. Start off, got a nice new pipe, Peterson 314. Great little pipe this is. It's a good clencher. And in it, I have some Condor ready rubbed, which is my go-to. So, yeah, it's a cold, rainy day here today, proper autumnal day. I've come down to the garage to chill out, have a pipe, get out the nasty weather. But yeah, no, it's been a bit hit and miss, but mainly rain the last couple of weeks. Yeah, give that a temp. Oh, there's nothing quite like sitting down with a pipe, is there? First puff, you know you're relaxed in a way. So I've been watching a lot of your videos. They've been keeping me company. I've had a nerve root block yesterday, which is an injection into my spine, and they basically fill the nerve with some sort of like anesthetic almost. It makes it feel like it's not. Basically makes you feel like the nerve isn't working. So they said that should help tide me over till I get me up. So yeah, I'm still recovering. I feel stiff as a board, but it's got steroids in it. So yeah, but I'm optimistic. Doc was putting the needle into my back, and he did pre-warn me. He said, he said once we think we're in the right nerve, he said we'll sort of, move this needle about, and he said it should exacerbate your symptoms, almost like you should experience a similar sort of symptoms. And he's going through, I'm not really feeling much. It just felt like a weird sort of pressure, and all of a sudden I almost went through the bloody roof. I went, oh Christ. He went, is that the one? I said, yep. And he was like, okay, I think we'll put some anaesthetic in there. So yeah, it was an experience. I'm meaning to give a couple shout outs. I know a lot of people probably already subscribe to these, but a couple channels are really standing out for me that I am watching quite frequently is John's Pipe Journey and Big Phil at Poacher's Pipes. I haven't packed this very well today. Story of my life. But yeah, I see Jez Piping put out a VR as well. For your, what would you do? What's on your bucket list? And I've been listening to some of your answers. Um, Personally, I suppose I've got a few. I'd love to see the Northern Lights go out to Norway, through the fjord, and see the Northern Lights. I think that would definitely be really cool. Um, I'd also like to visit a lot of the war graves in Belgium and France and places like that. I think it'd be quite a humbling experience. Being a bit of a history geek, I'd like to visit some of the concentration camps as well and pay my respects. I can imagine it's quite a sobering place. No, what's going on with this today? I haven't packed this well at all, I don't think. I did want to speak about Condor, but I suppose I should probably finish the VR first before I jump the gun. So yeah, Northern Lights. I'd like to visit some of the war graves and concentration camps. Pay my respects to them. But I think one that really sticks out for me. I remember when I worked in a hospital. There's a bloke there. He's a retired air ambulance guy, and he'd stand there with his collection tin. Trying to raise money for him, and he was such an interesting bloke. He had so many cool stories to tell, and the thing is, they don't really get enough recognition for the things they do. I remember a guy come in while I was up there. He was a diver, and he'd got the bends where he'd come up too fast and had too much oxygen in the blood, and they flew him in and gave him life-saving treatment. And I think I thought, God, Christ, if I had the brains on me, I'd love to give that a go, but I don't clean windows because I'm a rocket scientist, so. So yeah, that's my sort of short VR, I suppose. I don't really know what else to say on it, if I'm honest. But yeah, going on to Condor and why it's my go-to tobacco and sort of everyday smoke. I'm certainly not really selling it. This thing keeps bloody going out. Packed it too tight, I think. But yeah, no, I sort of, the first tobacco I ever tried was St Bruno, and when I first tried a pipe, I didn't realise how to smoke it. Or you had to smoke it slow. I mean, I was trying to smoke it like it was a cigarette, and that pretty much put me off St Bruno for life, because all I got a taste of was ash. And then one of my customers that sort of got me into pipe smoking, he said, "Well, I smoke Condor," and I thought, well, I'll give that a go. And something about Condor for me, it strikes me as like I know it's a codger blend, but it's a sort of all-round sort of hard, what I call like a hard-working Englishman's blend. It's something your granddad would have smoked, or like people would have smoked back in the day when they're working hard in all weathers out on the tools, no matter what they were doing, whether it be bricklaying, blooming, you name it. And it is. I know a lot of people that try it, they get a sort of hit and miss thing with it. It is quite a Marmite blend. Like, you either love it or you hate it. A lot of people say, "Oh, I get the taste of dishwater." For me, I think it's just quite an easy-going smoke. It's not too strong, it's not too weak. It just works. I mean, the good thing about it is it never really sort of dries out either. Like you can have a pouch of this stuff open for a good few weeks and it won't really dry out. I mean, I stick all mine in mason jars, but I have had a couple pouches that I've just chucked in my pocket, like on a night out or whatever. It's made no odds and ends, and it smokes well, unless you pack it too tight. But no, as a to me, it's almost like I know a lot of people say they get like a floral taste from it, whereas for me, it's like toasted pine nuts or something along those lines. Um, but yeah, it doesn't have really like a pronounced flavour to me. It's just that sort of bready, pine nutty flavour. You know, it's not quite an English blend. It's not quite an aromatic. It's somewhere in the middle. I don't know what you class it as. Maybe an English aromatic, I suppose, if that can be a thing. But it is a very, very good all-round smoke. From what I hear as well, you can't really get this readily available in the States, whereas over here it is one of our over-the-counter blends, the same as St Bruno, Clan, and there's a couple other tobaccos out there that you can get over the counter quite easily. Which was surprising because usually it's the Americans that can get anything on tap, and they seem to have a lot more choice and range of tobaccos that they can get hold of. But yeah, no, Condor's definitely something you could. I know a newsagent in a little place near me, probably about 3 miles down the road, and he lives in what I'd call an elderly area. You know, there's a fair few old boys over there that smoke pipes, and he stocks it, and that's where I usually stock up mine from. But yeah, no, Condor just works for me. It's middle of the road. You can doesn't matter what the weather, summer, winter. It's a sort of just a good all rounder. You know, like I say, it's not quite an English. It's not quite an aromatic. So it's it sort of just ticks the right boxes. It's unique in its own right. So if you ever get a chance, Condor ready rubbed, give it a go. And that, I think, is pretty much about all I have to say for today. Coming up to about 14 minutes now, but I do need to try and jump on a bit more. I know I'm guilty and of not posting as much as everyone else, but you know, work life gets in the way. I post as and when I can. I want to do a review soon of Bob's Truck and Piper Bob's Plug and the X1X blend that Jonathan sent me, because they're both of them very, very nice. They're blends that deserve to be reviewed, so I'm going to get that sorted. Anyway, Pompey versus Cardiff tonight, so I'll be watching that on the telly. Probably have a couple of glasses of whiskey, because everyone prefers whiskey over paracetamol for pain relief. I've been told to take it easy for the next 48 hours at least, which is easier said than done. But yeah, no, it's I do feel as stiff as a board at the moment. However, from what the doctor said, he said there's a 50-50% chance this injection into my spine will work. He said if it does, it should tide you over till you get your operation. So, touch wood, we'll be all good. So, I was thinking as well, coming back to the VR, I forgot to mention, I did think it would be so cool. Like, imagine if like money was never an object and things like that, and you could just do whatever you wanted. Like, imagine being able to travel the world, like wherever you wanted to go, and just visit every person from the YTPC. Like, you know, I could go like South Africa and see Saeed. You know, I could go to the States, see Carolina Rose, Piper Dave, Backcountry Pipe. Oh, like, you could go, you know, even in the UK, I could go up to Yorkshire, see Jonathan, Phil at Big Smokes, and see Truck and Piper Bot. It'd be great. Can you imagine like all of us getting together like on a night out, like having a few beers and just having a smoke together? I think that'd be so cool. One can dream, but maybe one day. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'm gonna let you go. I've rabbited on long enough, so God bless. Stay smoky.